Guess what today is? Hi guys, welcome back to Mane Monday. I'm Chris and we are going to talk about, as the title suggests, transitioning. I get so many questions about it. I feel like I've done this video I don't know how many times, but I'm going to speak so much so that this is really how you avoid doing the big chop if what you want to do is transition. So I don't think there's anything wrong with transitioning. You all know that I am currently transitioning. So as I am transitioning, you may hear door opening and closing. My husband has just made it home. So hi honey.
Hello.
Okay. So I don't think there's anything wrong with transitioning. You have to decide for yourself what will work best. It is absolutely 100% hands down the most easiest thing to do as far as maintaining your hair is to do a big chop. Like easy, because it's one texture. You're not dealing with the two textures. You're not trying to figure that out, and you go right into figuring out how to deal with your 100% natural hair. However, the most challenging thing to do if you are not one that has extreme short hair confidence is to do a big chop. You're going to get so much ridicule from so many people because this is a time in which you have to really own who you are. You have to take on that persona, I am not my hair, because that's exactly what's going to happen. There is nothing for you to use to camouflage or cover up or anything like that. There is a lot of reason why I chose to transition. One, in that I wanted to show my client, which I mentioned before, that it can happen, it can successfully happen, and I have a point to prove, because so many people are like, you can't transition successfully, you'll eventually do the big chop. And technically you do eventually do the big chop, in that eventually you get rid of all of the relaxed ends, and by definition that's a big chop when you removed all the relaxed ends. However, my transition is very gradual. A lot of people you'll find on YouTube will take 18 months before they start cutting their relaxed ends off. That's not a successful way to transition. I mentioned before that for a while it's just going to look like I have a bob haircut. That's where my length kind of started, and I've been gradually clipping my ends as I go every about 3 to 4 months or so, because I don't do a lot of heat styling right now, to remove that relaxed hair. So I'm getting more natural hair as I remove my relaxed hair. I'm learning how to work with my natural hair in its entirety. For me, it's a little different because I work with natural hair like all day long for a career, but I'm learning how to work with my own natural hair and what works best for my own natural hair. Of course, it's something that I kind of already have an advantage in, that I am a professional hairstylist, so I should know what works good with my hair type. The thing is, though, is that as you transition, you never really get a real feed on your curl pattern, because I tell my clients this all the time. It's like you do have the natural hair coming in, but the tip of that natural hair is telling it to go straight. So that natural hair never actually makes a full curl, so to speak. And I know that sounds crazy, but it is very true that you don't get a real feed for what your natural hair looks like or feel or look until you cut all of the relaxed ends off. That's the only time you'll know without a shadow of a doubt what your actual curl pattern is. I do not believe in hair types, the alphanumeric system. I've told you guys that before on more than one occasion. So for me, there's wavy hair, there's curly hair, there's super curly hair, there's super tightly curly hair, or whatever the case may be, because essentially it's all just curly hair. It's just different curls. It's not this alphanumeric system that was not designed or created by someone who even has actual curly hair. I know it has been adopted rather into the natural hair community by a vast majority, but it is not to me it's not realistic, because we have so many varieties of hair even on your own head. So anyway, let me get back into how to transition. So some things that you want to think about as you're transitioning is that have fun with it. Don't do boring, just, oh, I'm just gonna do a braid out, or I'm just stuck with doing these twist outs. You're not. You can wear braids, you can wear sew-ins, you can wear your wigs, which I love calling personality pieces anyway, because I feel like when I have on new hair, honey, I'm a whole new person. Okay, so I am every woman up in here. But you don't have to just be stuck into this, I want to learn how to deal with my natural hair, so I'm just going to do twist outs, or I'm just going to do braid outs. You're still learning how to deal with your natural hair. Each time you shampoo it, each time you condition it, you're still learning how to do it. What I don't recommend is that you stay in back-to-back-to-back sew-ins or back-to-back-to-back braids until you get to the length that you think you feel comfortable enough to do a big chop. But I do want you to do things that will allow you to experience the journey, and like I said, have fun with it. You know, you can color your hair, you can do so many things to your hair as you transition. Because you're transitioning, it's not like you're on this prison sentence and you can't do anything else with your hair until you get to that final mark in which you are 100% natural, or whatever the case may be. You can have fun with it, and I think that's where a lot of people kind of miss the mark, that they're not having fun with it. They're struggling dealing with the two textures. They're not gradually clipping those ends so that it becomes more of one texture is more prominent than the other. You know, I'm looking forward to the day in which I have like a half and half situation happening, and I'm really close to that day, so I'm so super excited about it. As you can see, I have cornrow / box braids happening right now. Probably keep these in for about 2 weeks or so, and then go back to either my curly look or something like that. I probably just silk it out and go ahead and get me a trim again. But that's really it. I hope that really helps. I get a lot of questions about that. What can they do? How do they avoid wanting to do the big chop? Just like with any time you're growing your hair out, especially if you've ever had short hair, you just have to have fun with it. You have to embrace it and just really do a variety of different things, and don't just get so mundane and stuck into this one option, because you don't have that one option. It's still hair. It still can manipulate and do things that you would like for them to do, or for it to do. Okay, so if you have a topic or a question that you would like to see here on Mane Mondays, by all means, please email me at ManeMondays@gmail.com, and or you can comment in the section below. You guys, I have a really huge goal of getting to my first 1,000 subscribers. I'm so close, so please share this video, give it a thumbs up, and I think that's it. So I'll see you guys here later in the week or next week or whatever the case may be, because I'm on this journey of doing, what is it, 2 videos a week for a whole year. Till next week, it's Mane Monday. Bye.
Hair fun. Follow me on Instagram at CrysTheArtist. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.